As the nation awaited eagerly for the 12th State of the Nation address from the President on Monday, the education sector anticipated for the announcement of the reopening dates that will see learners return to school in October.
Let us not focus ourselves on when schools will reopen, but how shall these schools open in a manner that protects our children and protects their lives and their health.
The Ministry of Education has, however, been sent back to the drawing board after it emerged that President Uhuru Kenyatta was not convinced of the school's preparedness. This comes even as Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha on Tuesday, through a statement, directed that all tertiary institutions in the country to resume physical learning on Monday, October the 5th, with priority first given to final year university students. According to Magoha, the directive was part of a progressive reopening of learning institutions in the country. Even as the balance lies onto the safety of school-going children, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, say that teachers were more than ready to revive the 2020 academic year if the government will disburse the capitation funds to put up health guidelines in schools.
Who is supposed to be responsible for the provision of sanitizer dispensers and sanitizers themselves? So the question does not come to KUPPET, but it goes to the door of the Cabinet Secretary for Education, that he must get his act together. That are our schools ready for learning?
A week after teachers reported back to school in preparation of the gradual reopening of institutions, the Board of Contention now lies with the government on making sure that schools are facilitated in adding infrastructure to attain social distancing measures.
We realize that you cannot negotiate with the virus. If we cannot negotiate with the virus, these are the bare minimum that the government must brace. So the ball is still bouncing to the President's door and to the Cabinet Minister's office, that they are the ones who are likely delaying or postponing the opening up of schools.
However, during his address yesterday, the President cautioned parents and other stakeholders against rushed reopening of schools, saying that mechanisms of how their children will safely go back to schools must be first agreed upon.
We urge the Cabinet Secretary to immediately establish a criteria of assessing schools on readiness to reopen for learning under the Ministry of Health protocols for the containment of COVID-19.
Jijina Magundu, K24 Evening Edition.